morning, everybody. What a great day in California, huh? Great day. It's not quite too hot. The fish are really happy. The fish. Do you see these? The water is perfect. You see these fish flats just swimming everywhere in the ocean.
Did you know the temperature in Oceanside is 78 in the water?
Oh my gosh.
So they can come to California and swim.
They can. Well, they're doing really good. And suddenly, Teresa comes along. The storm. There's a terrible tropical storm. You had to wear that, huh?
I know. I said, well, it's tropical storm.
And suddenly, we have storm at sea. Whoa, think about that, huh? So, you know, even out of something like a storm, you can make something beautiful, don't you think? Something gorgeous. And Eddie, this is going to be hard on you. Go back to our quilt on the wall. Woo! Is that beautiful? Yes. Patty looked at that and she said, Elle, that is spectacular. She said, I'm doing such simple things, but that's spectacular. Sue Bouchard made that quilt. Isn't that beautiful? It's very dynamic with the blacks, but it's got diamonds and corners and centers. It's got only 3 parts. Only 3 parts. Well, that is the only big finished quilt that we got done. You know, Teresa and I were busy at Baby Luck. But I did get this one done. And it's just fine if you make a lot of noise, okay? Right. Ta-da! Woo!
That's what the rotary cutter.
It looks just like your pattern, huh? And if you look at your pattern, look at the yardage. It's so simple. You only need to have 1 fat quarter of dark. Yeah, fat quarter of dark. A fat quarter of medium, and you need to have a background and half a yard. That's easy, huh? How about that one? That one, the quilt that's behind us is actually from our rotary cutting pattern called Storm at Sea, but we are the Accuquilt people, right?
Right.
We're the Accuquilt people, and I just can't wait to tell you about it. Okay, hold that. So this is how we got away with it. It said, if you want to make this quilt, just look at the photograph and you'll have to do that way. Is that good? That's called a really busy day. Anyhow, these are the parts. There's always a center. This is the center square. And then, how many center squares? 1. Okay, then there's diamonds with triangles. How many diamonds? 4. And then there's corners. How many corners? 4. Easy. And then you see you have the medium, light, and dark, just 3 pieces sewn together for the borders, and it tells you the size down there, right? I noticed Merritt's copy, they got cut off. Do you see what size the strips are for the borders?
2.5 by 12. It is.
2.5 by 12.5, they're all there, okay. And then in addition to set this block off, there are 4. Do you realize what part of the block this is? Center. How many of those? 4. That's good. And step right that way because they're stretching around to look. Okay, Chris, you got to show. Is that better? Much better. And look, I have to show you. Look at the quilting. Judy Jackson did this. If you can go real cute. Oh, is he good? Can you see the storm? See how it's like swirling around and then all of the water is just going nuts. So it's really pretty. Okay, show the back. It's the sunset.
Sunset.
We're so good at making up stories. You gotta think fast, huh? But that is the sunset. That's beautiful. Okay, so today, guess what pattern we're gonna do, huh? So this is the cover for the die that we're doing. It's the Storm of Sea die. and I'm going to be showing you all about how to make one block. And they have a different one on the back too, but this is what you get when you get the die. And we have dies for sale. Yes, we have inventory. Okay, so let's go around. I want to show you. Oh, I better show you this as I go. See this pack? There's just a little pack, and Teresa made that wall hanging out of our pack of fat quarters. If you don't put white in, you could use it on the back, right? Dark, 2 darks, and 1 medium. All right, let's take a look at our pattern. And I will talk about this one on the wall a little bit later. So, compliments of Accuquilt. They gave us permission to use some of their cover. And so you have it right on here so we can follow along. So just open up your pattern, and I'm going to show you the die. And we're putting it right here. It's a nice big long die, and this is what's really exciting about it. Look at this. They lettered the shapes. A little bit of noise. Ooh, ah. And this is, yes, isn't that great? This is new, and it's easy because they're 2 different colors of foam, so you can see the colors. And this is a B.O.B. You know what that is? You didn't say bring your own bottle. Good for you guys. Block on board. Everything is here that you need to make one block. Could you put that block up on the board? Okay. And so this is what Accuquilt did. I want you to look right up at the top, and this is what's on it. And I added a little bit to it. The idea is that you stack up all of the pieces on the board at one time, so you have one pass through and cut everything. That's pretty good, huh? And so if you look, I divided these pieces up so that A, E, and F, do you see that? It's actually, if you follow our photo, dark. It's dark. And then beside it, you only have C and H, and that color is what value? Medium. Okay, and then down across the bottom, it says light, and that's B, G, and D. And that really helped me. And another thing that Teresa likes to do, and I love it, we really only allow like 1/4 of an inch around the outside edges. So can you see she put little marks? Your pen was a little light, Teresa, but we can get it, okay? We can figure it out. So anyhow, it's a lot of fun. And something else that I had Merritt do, underneath each of these lettered shapes is a number. And that is how many you need for each one. Is that good? Oh, cool. We've been really working on this. And if you'll notice, what's kind of weird, it's some you need the A, you need 4, and then E, you need 16. Well, you can't stack 16 layers at one time, can you?
You need to stack 8 anyway, but you can't do that either.
Okay, Sally's saying you only need 8, but she does. You're only supposed to do 6, Sally.
I know.
Okay. But anyhow, see, each one tells you how much we need, and then we'll go through it. Okay, so you know this chart now. Good? Okay, so now go over to the left side, and it says, okay, fabric color 1, dark, and Accuquilt was so nice. They told all of these little sizes that you could rough cut for each one of these letters. And then, so how many dies? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like 8 little stacks, and I have to be perfectly honest with you. Teresa was so nice. She even was cutting these pieces for me, and I was still impatient. I said, no, I just can't do this. There are too many little numbers. I can't do it. And I went out in the warehouse and I'm walking all around and go, Ryan, I can't figure out what colors to use. I just can't get it going. He said, Mom, there's a whole stack of ocean colors in the warehouse. Ah, 10-inch squares, huh? They look like ocean to me. Yes. And a storm. Definitely a storm here. So I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this. I just got to do this. I just couldn't go in. He said, look, Martha has about 50 colors for you to pick. Go pick a couple. Too much work. So, don't you agree? And then he also has a little 5-inch charm squares. He's all loaded. The whole stack is all beautiful ocean. So this is what I did. Okay, the top part, remember, is Accuquilts, and then I was the one that said cutting pieces from 10-inch squares for 1 block. Okay? Okay, Brian, you're going to tell me this is just ingenious. I'm just waiting for you to tell me. Huh? Okay, so we're going to start with the dark. We're going to start with the dark. Unfortunately, there were only single pieces. Every color was different. So I picked 2 similar darks, okay? For, if you look, my diamonds for A, ooh, and E. And then this is the center. This is the diamond, this is the triangles, and this is the center. Okay, well, the center square would be really easy, okay? F. So I went to a charm pack. How better can you get? Okay, these are the colors. If you look, they're all the same dark. So I picked, whoops, I'm holding up the medium. Okay, so I picked, I wasn't sure, so I just picked both. That works. So I am going to take and first put the center square right in the bottom, kind of cover it up, and we're not going to have a really big pile. And then I'm going to take my darks. Let's see. I'm supposed to put my, cool, look at that. You want to have the grain going so it's the hardest with the length, and look at that. Whenever I pull this 10-inch square, I can find it. Okay, that's one. Let me check another one. Ooh. Yep. Am I good, Teresa?
You're good.
Okay, so this is the picture that you're going to see. It says take 2 10-inch squares, and for A, and I'm just going to fold them in half, and I'm going to just be kind of stingy. I'm just going to cover my diamonds. I have 4 layers. How many diamonds do I need? 4. Okay, so that's going to be good. And how many of E? Oh, 16. I can only get 4 this time, huh?
You're going to get 8.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Who said that? You're paying. I'm just testing, making sure. Okay, I'm going to get 8 because there's 2 there. 4 times 2 is? Okay, that's good. All right, that's good. That's ready. Now, let me see. Turn the page. We're going to cut all of that after we get the medium. Okay, what color is the medium? Look at medium. No. No, what letter? Whoop, what letter is medium? C and H. Medium, right? Okay, it says, this is what it says. It takes only one. You only need to have one. You need to have, you need to take it and fold it in half. Oh, how about, let's go. Let's make sure. Oh, yes, this is it. Fold it in half. And then, let's see. We have to get, we'll get 4 here, right? But only 2 here. Right? Huh? Fold it down. Fold it down. You read what I said. I knew that. Okay, so now I have to cover that one up. Okay, I have to cover here. And I have to put this on. This is good. This is good. This is covered. Everything is totally covered. Oh my goodness, look, I can get enough out of that on top. Okay, medium. And now we need light. Light. And the light that we had was all too crazy. So we purchased light. We know where to get light.
Background.
Lots of it. Okay, so if you cut a 9-inch strip, 1/4 yard of light will make 2. So you just cut it in half, right on the fold. And then just take it and fold it in half. Do we have a hot iron anywhere? Oh my goodness. I like to fold these and then press them. Okay, fold it in half lengthwise, and then just take it and fold it one more time. Isn't this better than cutting 9 little stacks? I know. Okay, so then we have, here's the light across the bottom. What are the letters? B, G, and D. And we're going to have to fiddle around a little bit more because we need to have how many B's? How many D's? And what about G?
4.
Only 4. So anyhow, we're gonna just take this. I've got it folded up.
Would you like me to press it?
Oh, your iron's not hot yet. It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Teresa. I like to crease them. I like to really crease them good. Okay, so I've got that all lined up. Okay. Now, mat. Ta-da! Are you excited? Definitely. Definitely. Huh?
It's like a Betty Crocker cake.
Oh yeah, they just call them, they pour in a pour cake. A what cake? Easy bake. Oh no. I bought the kids an easy bake oven and it only worked once. I had to take it back. They will bake, but it didn't work after the first cake. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, so now when you cut, we're just gonna hold our mat down and just slip it, slide it. Whoops, I moved it a little bit too much. Whoop. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, diamonds. 4, right? You got 4 right there. You need to have scissors handy. 4 diamonds. And this is F? No, E. And how many do I need?
16.
I didn't get 16. Only 8, right? Only 8. Ah, but what about my center square? I got lots of centers, huh? I only need one of them. Okay, so this is the problem. We are going to need more of the 16 E. So just take what's left of the 12-inch, and I need a ruler right here. And actually, if you can just make one cut. Look, you can do 1 1/2, 1 1/2, and 1 1/2 are. All right. Guess what we're going to do with this? Okay, if you go like this, you can get 3 layers. And if you're crazy, you can get 4. But all you need is 3. 3. It really, if you go like this, but I was tight. But see, if I'm really going to be tight, I press it really good so I can get it. But we'll be safe, okay? Fold these in 3. Okay, so now there's, how many layers here? Okay.
3. It's only
3 layers
You can do
times
both.
2 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 and 6 are And for our, ooh. So now we're just going to put it right on there. And that's ready, okay? Okay, now we're going to go to the medium. Okay, so the medium, pick this one off. And look at this guy. How many do you need? Oh, it's a good thing because I wasn't quite folded. Ooh. Oh, I was. There's 4 there. Oh, but I can't waste anything. So I got to take this just in case I want it. I want it. I don't want to waste any of my scraps. And so I'm just going to do that. Okay? Okay. And now this one will be good, right? Is that good? Okay, all this stuff is gone. Let me see. Okay, that's good. And we're going to cut this one again. We're doing good. Are we doing good? Are you with me? Good. I was hoping. All right, and now we're at the light, okay? We're at the light. And how many bees do we need? 16, but how many did I get?
8.
There were 4 layers, and there were 2 of them. 8. So I got to do that one again, don't I? Yep, I got to do. Oh, look at this one. This is letter G, and how many do I need? 4. I got 4. And I'll tell you, I love these little guys. How many of these little guys do I need? 16. D, 16. So for the new people, I hope this isn't all Greek to you, but we're cutting out a whole block. It is really easy. And, oh, look at this. Oh, my gosh. I could get a little guy right here. See? I could get a little guy, but oh, I have all of this. Forget it.
That top is for this, this part is for this.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Okay. Okay, so this guy is going to cover B. This is going to cover B, right? And look at this. Ooh, if you cut on the fold and you open that up, you get all these pieces. Ooh, let me see. I bet we don't even need to cut on the fold. Forget cutting on the fold. Look at that. Oh my gosh, don't tell Sally. No, we can't do. We can't. 1 and fold this in thirds. Ta-da! Let me see. We got it. Oh, I don't think I better do that. That's a lot of layers.
Just do 1.
Okay, so now we're doing a second pass. And
We're going to fold it in thirds.
yeah, okay, fold it in thirds, put on the lid. We're nearly done.
Can I have the lid?
Oh, you're so picky. Oh, you know what we did do though? Okay, remember this. Oh,
No, I need
we can't quite fit, but when you have just one little piece, you can use smaller parts. But we still have too many. We'll use it on the next one, okay? Push that one through and we'll cut this one again. You know, I always like to cut anything extra in my scraps just in
So
case.
you have scraps.
Just in case I end up and need screw up on a piece or lose it or whatever. And also, if you keep enough, then you can also do an extra one. Yeah, oh yeah. Joanne's saying go ahead and just put all the pieces. Okay, so you're going to take that one. Okay, let's get this. And whoop. This sometimes whenever your mat gets older, then things, okay, so there we go. We got more of those. Now we have 16. Now we have these are extra medium squares. We have these little sides for the diamonds. And we have these little triangles for the squares. And all we need is just one more set. And just get rid of them. Oops. One more. And put the 5-inch square on top. Okay. And while she's doing that, I will tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the page. And now this is what Accuquilt gave us permission to use. This is how to sew one block together. How to sew one block together. So I recommend that you lay everything out, so you guys tell me. And we did write some things, Merritt and I did too. Step 1, we're making the center. How many do we need? Okay, what are the pieces? F and G. Okay, and now you're going to see, Brenda, that how when you place them, those 4 triangles, how they are perfectly matched. So obviously when you lay that out, you're going to know this one is not for that square, right? Right? That'll be good. Okay, so that is the center. Now go to the corners. What do I need? H. And what is the color? What's the value? Okay, good. And this is going to go right around like this. Like that. Okay, now what do we need? We need corners, C and D, and I recommend that you turn all the colors right side up. Like this one is, my light is so hard to see, and I'm just going to do 1. Okay, right there, like that. Ta-da! And Teresa, I was going to have you do all this.
Here,
Okay,
you want me to turn them right side
yeah,
up for
you turn them right side up. Okay, and then
Can I have
we
the
need to
rest?
have one more. And what is that?
Dark.
Dark, dark, dark. I bet it's these. Dark. And that's what they're going to be. And so you could do all 4 alike. Or you could, see I have 2 different darks, remember that. So you could do all 4 the same or 2 and 2. Right? Yep. Okay, and then the last one is easy, and it's
Can I
the
get the rest of the pile?
dime. Oh, Teresa's making the diamonds over there. She's making the diamonds. Okay, and so what's the diamond?
A and B.
A and B, just 2 pieces, and that's what it looks like right there. So that's your pieces all laid out. And then I just realized as we're getting those all laid out, I had a block that I have to finish. So now I'm going to go into my little package here of what I was working on last night. I sewed it in red thread. This is how my block is nearly done. And I'm just going to go ahead. Yeah, that's my layer cake. I did all my layer cakes. Wait, you get to see them. Okay, I need one of the triangles. So this is my diamond here. Oops, I have to take off my glasses. Oh my goodness, I can't even hardly see these. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and I need one more of the, like that one. Okay, and then I need.
Of the same as this one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, there we go.
And I need everything. Okay, so I'm right side up. Okay, I still don't have it.
No, you want this one. You don't want like that one. You want it.
This
that
is
one.
what I want. Okay, there's the diamond. And I need the center. I need all the pieces for the center.
This one?
Yep,
Uh-oh.
except I want this center. Just give me the background.
Oh, the background. Okay,
Mhm.
fine.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I'm sorry I have to do this because if I don't get these all laid out, I can't even finish my block, and you can't even see how to press it. Now I need the blue. And this one, all right, this is a review for you. Are you with me? And one more. Ah, and so now I need little lights for the center. 4 little lights for the center.
There we go.
And so there's your units. And if you look, what Accuquilt asked you to do was make one little block at a time. And as a rule, you just sew the triangles on 2 opposite sides, set the seams, press them out, and then you do the remaining 2 sides and press them out. And then, of course, the impatient person couldn't stand that. So I said, no, Teresa, we're going to assembly line sew this. Right?
Yes.
So I recommend that you follow the Accuquilt first. Just do one little section, the center, then do the corners, and then do the diamonds, and you'll be really good. Except that this is what I decided, that you would just assembly line sew, and you really need to use a 1/4 inch seam. If you're in a scant seam, the pieces will not work. So this is my diamond, so I'm just going to flip it right sides together, and now you get to see how perfect these match. Do you see right up here at the tip? Perfect. And down here at the bottom. See how that's all lined up? Perfect. It's just so great. I really liked this die. I had a really good time. I had lots of fun with it. Okay, you might need a jumper scrap. You just never know. This jumper scrap just gets you going here. Okay, so now I'm just going to go like this. Oops, how interesting. My pieces just slipped right under. Remember that one lesson I did that? I was sewing, and when I was done, they were all just tucked under. It was so crazy. Okay, you would do 4 diamonds exactly like this. Ta-da! And then you can just pick up the center. How about the center? And look again. This is on top. You can see how well these little pieces go together, right? Okay, and then just butt this right on behind. And you're making a train. Ta-da! And then you're going to have 4 corners. So sometimes it's okay if you want to do 4 diamonds all together, assembly line, 4 corners all together, assembly line. But it is kind of hard to do just the center. Okay, so I'm just going to stop right here. I just did 1 because I have all of my other pieces already done. And I'm just showing you the assembly line. So now just turn it around. And sometimes you don't even need to cut them apart, but I would say maybe this time I would. Okay, so that's the one side. And now I'm just going to pick up the second triangle and sew it on the opposite side, get it lined up, and make it perfect. One assembly. So, oops, Teresa can do this really fast. Okay, where am I going? Here. So, how long did it take you to do your little wall hanging, Teresa?
Me?
You
Yesterday, you mean?
You sewed all your pieces.
Oh, about an hour and 20 minutes after you cut everything.
After you cut everything. I figure it's about
Couple hours.
well, that's for the wall hanging, but
We're not Teresa.
yeah, neither am I. Okay, so I'm just going to sew this, and Teresa, if you pull those pieces, then I will continue. Okay, so now I have done two sides, triangles on two opposite sides. And so basically, and I say use different color of thread too. It's so much easier. Not quite red, but okay, now set the seams on each one of them.
Gray is good one.
Gray is good, yep. And then just lift them over, over, over. And 1,
So
2.
Eleanor, for the steps 1 through 5, then with all the triangles, they're all going to be pressed away from the center.
They are.
That's cool.
Tony, I tried all different kinds of things. I thought because these are very thick seams, and I really recommend that you use steam in your iron and a heavy iron, because you go through such thicknesses on these seams. And it was okay, you know, when I used the steam, pressing on the front and on the back, but I tried all different kinds of things. At one point, I tried to press the seams open. That did not work. So I'm trying to get these pieces finished so I can finish showing you this block and the cool trick I figured out. I know you can't wait, right? Okay, so while I see this, okay, so you get the idea with the triangles, right? It's the same thing. Teresa, can you get those pieces for your wall hanging? And while I finish sewing all of these triangles on, you can show how to put this together. Okay?
The one black wall hanging?
The one block wall hanging. Okay, and you're Mike, so you just talk, and I'm going to look at my patches.
Well, I didn't rehearse this.
That's okay. Okay, first start out and lay the block out.
First lay out your center, and then your diamonds. I didn't know I was going to do this, but there we go. See, there we go.
Okay,
Then
so
your corners.
it's okay, you can
And
talk.
and there is your block. That's it.
Okay,
Then-
that's the block.
Then I will let her to tell you all her secrets after.
Okay, but now you have borders.
But never the borders.
The borders, get your
Okay.
borders.
And that is, but can I tell them now that you had me talk? These ones, if you want to do this layout, just keep repeating the corners, the diamond, this, then your centers, you see it? And then your next one, then do it again. Like, see, you keep continuing going this way. Okay? Because they're not the same layout. Okay?
They're not block to block
But do you
to block.
see how simple it is? So
It's
just
not block to block.
but then it's road, see? There we go, you continue, and so on. Oops, let me go back, I got lost. Okay.
Okay, go
Okay,
back.
They go back.
Okay.
There.
So in a minute, we'll show you all the blocks that we made from our layer
Yes.
cake.
There is my lattice. And they don't fit because my block is not sewn together, yeah.
And what size are those strips?
These are 2.5 by 12.5. And I really like the size of the 12.5 block versus 16 or whatever, you know. I think it looks very delicate. And then there is your corners. Again, is the same as the center. Okay. Oops. There we go. Drop one. And there. That's how it is. Okay, is that it? Oh, I did it.
It's really pretty, isn't it? That's in that little layer pack. Okay, so now I have one diamond, all 4 sides. sewn on, and I'm going to show you. They just match. They just match. And what you're looking for is a 1/4 inch seam right here on all 4 sides, a 1/4 inch seam. Okay, so now there are 2 extra triangles, or the 2 opposite sides. Do that one. Actually, and these 2 need done too. Press that one. And steam, lots of steam. And this one, and not only, I think you should press from the front side, see the little corners, but from the back side as well. Because if you get any folds or anything, it just doesn't work. Okay, so Teresa, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna show them how to lay this out.
Okay.
I have this one, and all you have to do is finish the sides,
For the center.
the center. Do the center. Okay,
But
this
you don't have blue,
this for this one.
but we did blue. Okay.
Oh, this will be very interesting. Okay, and now we have one of these, and do we have the 4th one? Okay, we
which
have a
one?
diamond. That's good, right? We had one of these. So, Accuquilt has you do the sides, 2 sides, and then 1 piece through the center. But you know that I like to do the vertical rows, I've already done this one, and it's really when you have the contrasting thread, you see how important it is that you cross right on that V, so that when you flip and you look on the right side, that's very perky. Is that good? Okay, so I did this whole one, and this is what is really stiff. And I even think it's fine to just steam press right now on those seams, because there's nothing else you can do. That's just how they go. Okay, so now this one is, this is the vertical row, the 3rd vertical row. Let's just flip it right sides together, and right sides together, right sides together. And I found out that if you put a pin, if you try to do a pin right here, okay, just hand me a pin, because in theory it's supposed to work. In theory.
Oh.
Okay,
Ooh,
so,
wow.
oh, this is a great pin.
Here
I love it. And we sell pins.
I do not sell over.
Okay, so in theory, what you want to do is match this point right there, okay, and peel it back with this point right here. And then just squeeze those together and hope that they match. And I found out I didn't do good with pins. I came up with a new name. It's called the Peekaboo Method. You'll remember that, right? Peekaboo. Okay, so Teresa, and I want you to look. First of all, I think you could almost take a risk and not even try to match, just so, because look at the outside edges of these blocks. See how they're good? Okay, I want you to only sew down a 1/2 inch, and then give it, a 1/2 inch, and then give it back to me.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I can peekaboo. Just anchor it. I just call this anchoring your block. Okay, that's good. Okay, and
That's
then
it?
stop. Yeah, cut it. Okay, so after I just anchor it, the only way I can show you is by pulling it out, because you wouldn't see it under the camera. Okay, so all I do, and you can get really good, Eric, this is what you're rolling in. See how good that is? That just rolls. You can just open it up and just roll that in there. And then I take my stiletto and hold that part down with my stiletto and very carefully go slow over it. And sometimes you have to do a little bit of tugging from behind. So anyhow, I asked Teresa, she doesn't pin either. And she doesn't roll over pins, so I guess I was the one that did it. I don't know. Okay, and then you can just keep on going. So my trick that I'm going to show you as soon as we're done is first pressing. And if you look at step 6 is the center. Step 6 is the center, right? Okay, and it says press your seams toward the center. Okay, press your seams toward the center. And then step 7 is the top and bottom rows. And how are you supposed to press these seams? Away from the center, away. So they're going in the middle and out on the ends. In and out, in and out. Okay, and so, oh my gosh, I'm done. I'm over the hill. Okay, I'm just gonna make poor Teresa room on the pressing mat. Okay, go good. Okay, let's check. Let's do a peekaboo. Ooh. Ooh. You can live with that. Ooh. But see how thick it is. Really thick. Okay, can you, now I'm going to let you go over there. Or you want me to press it?
Oh, do you want to press now?
I want it done now, and I'm going to explain. Okay. So now she's going to just review. How's she pressing on the center? Towards the center.
Okay.
And what about the ends? Away from the center. Okay, and she's doing it from the right side. She just finger pressed those seams. Those are the two ends away from the center. That's really pretty, huh? And now flipping in towards the center. I got to look at my time. We're doing pretty good.
Yep.
Cool. There's a lot of information on this, huh?
Yep.
And you know what? It's really fun. The first one takes you longer, but I think that Teresa and I are both, I'm taking about an hour to make a block. I don't think that's bad for anything that's so dramatic and wonderful. And aren't those are from the layer cake, those the colors. Okay, in towards the middle, and out towards the ends. Cool. And now you can look and see what happens. So, see how they lock right here? They lock. They're going opposite directions. And so, now the magic. Roll the drums. Okay, so now we're going to lock this. The top seam is going up and the underneath is going down. And here, this is going down here on top and up underneath, right? Okay, so now comes back to peekaboo. Peekaboo. So, let me see. Okay, stiletto. Honestly, I can't do anything without my stiletto for raising these. Oh, that looks, it's pretty amazing, really. I like the die. I think it's great. It's very special. Now, see right here, I find that I might want to get my hand behind it just to give it a little, it's thick. It's very thick. These seams are going to lock right there, go down, okay, right here, very thick. You've got lots to do peekaboo on. And sometimes you have to pull one a little bit Did you see that? Why did you laugh? Cause oh, I think that's good. Hey, I have grandchildren. What can I say? And this one is really thick. Okay, I made a new. I always thought that when I got here with my stiletto, I had to get it out of the way. You know what? You don't have to. You can keep your stiletto right on top of these pieces because chances are you're not gonna. You just don't have the needle doesn't run over them. Okay, and then the last one. Huh? Yeah? Well, I never sewed over my stiletto, and I never sewed over my finger. Ever. I shouldn't say that, right? You're supposed to. And also, you just really want to watch your 1/4-inch seam. You can't do it with any less. All right, now, do you have a seam ripper handy, Teresa?
It's in your drawer. Or do we need to
Okay.
get something? Oh, I see why.
Okay. So now we'll just look on the right side and see. Ooh, that looks pretty good, huh? Okay, now we have to do our cool swirling technique. Ah, this is it. Okay, so here is the top seam. This seam went up, right? Okay, so I'm just going to cut my threads, take off my glasses. I'm going to pick off there. I picked off these 3 threads right here and turn it over and pick out these 3 stitches right here. On the illustration, because Merritt did not draw these pictures, we only have circles. Did I tell you to look for the circles where it says, do you see those circles? Okay, that's all that we could do because it was artwork from Accuquilt, but I wanted to get, okay, this is going down. Okay, this is going to swirl counterclockwise now. Okay, turn this over and pick that out. Okay, one side, flat. Top, swirling, clockwise, around. Whoop. Okay, mush it. Mush it good. That's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, this one, the seam is down. This time counterclockwise. And so you have to like swing it around. Come on, say this is a genius. Because we have to keep this seam laying flat the whole way down. And nice, I know. Thank you, Alan. I work for praise. Okay, so that's just the magic of it. And so now Teresa gets to press that, and all we have to do is one more seam. And it's automatic. Top, you swirl clockwise, bottom, you swirl counterclockwise. And it just lays perfectly flat.
And then if they want to do blocks right next to each other, they will lock.
Right.
If they do that technique.
They will lock. They will lock. Okay, so do you have our blocks that we made that we've been working on? Okay, we'll just let Eric look. See, is that beautiful? I didn't know about the medium because these are like dragonflies, but my sister Patty said, it was such a bitty piece. She said, Al, just take your fingers and go like that, and that's all you see. Okay, Patty, that's cool. And so I did it. So these are all from the layer cake that we just, first I did the top 2, and I was just so careful. I wasn't brave and daring. And then Patty came in and she said, do the next 2. She said, these are beautiful. So we just started putting them together. And this actually is supposed to go in that little space. Here, Teresa, you can just put that up there. So we could put them next to each other. All of these blocks will lock because the seams go in opposite directions. But I said, no, I think I want to break them up. And so we did lattice. It's 2.5-inch strips now. It might be too wide, but we thought that just lattice and cornerstones might be really nice to put this together. My idea, but Teresa said, no, you can't do that. You know those little corners? I have to listen, I get in trouble. Okay, I thought I had a corner. A little corner, see the little corners, the 4 little corners?
Oh, these ones.
I
It's too
thought
wide.
that would look kind of cute. And then you would have this secondary pattern. If you repeated this here, then you would have to make, I think these are 3.5. She said too wide. So if you put these, you would have this secondary X right in the middle of your patterns. That would be cool. And that's why you should cut extra pieces.
Well, make a king side and then you can do
Yeah, right.
that. Right?
Yeah, I really
And
like it. So
balance,
what
and
do you
have
think?
little.
Very nice. Very, very nice. And once you make your first one, and then you just really get into it. You do them faster and faster, and everything locks and matches, and you just have a beautiful quilt. Woo! Yay! Cool, I love it. Thank you.